a lot of the time, about 85% of the time, which is a very huge percentage, when people speak up, whoever is trying to, hold them down, takes a step back. But we just the fear waiting people go talk. What will people hear what will people say if they hear that I had a sex tape somewhere?
A human being that was created by God cannot create anything that does not have a purpose. There's a level you'll be falling to a point and you get to a certain age and there's no financial results in your life. When you are performing on stage, people are no longer laughing at your joke.
They're laughing at you.
They are laughing at you. No matter what you are going through in this life, have it at the back of your mind that one day you will look back and smile. But for now, face front, make motor for no jam you.
It's time to handle these bars like we've got on that bicycle. But, well, what can I say? I just gave you a little short verse and it's not from the Bible.
In a modern day society where money makes the world go round, have you ever asked yourself this question? Is your talent enough or is your passion enough? That is why on today's episode of the Bedroom Dialogue, we will be discussing talent, passion, and financial stability. I am Petra Aride, your host, and you are very much welcome. I have with me amazing guests who will be discussing this conversation with me, but you'll be seeing them right after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. This is the Bedroom Dialogue, and I said earlier that we have guests in the studio. But before our guest, I have with me the amazing Bolawa. As always, welcome.
Hi, yay! Yeah, it's so exciting to be here. Hi, guys. Hi, Petra. You look. Take it away.
Thank you.
Thank.
Always. What can we do now? You look beautiful too.
Thank you.
Yeah, moving on to our guests. Now, to my far left, I have with me a recording artist and a video producer. His name is Low Keys. Welcome to the studio.
Oh, well, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. You're looking very calm, but...
the calm before the storm.
He said it. Okay. Now, to my immediate left, he is a businessman and a popular comedian. If you've not heard of him, I don't know what to say. I don't know. His name is Brain Weezy. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I'm the amazing guy he's talking about.
How are you?
I'm very good. I'm having a good time here.
Great. I love your orange.
Thank you very
We're
much.
supposed to have a package right after the show. Guests drop their outfits and then just go.
That's why you have to see my lawyer.
You know what? I think we have to start that policy immediately.
Okay, Keys left the group chat.
No, you cannot leave.
You can't leave.
Blocked you.
We've blocked you. Anyway, we'll discuss that after this whole show. Talent, passion, and financial stability. Before we go in, I want you to share your journey with us. Your talents. You're all creative people in your respective fields, which I respect and I appreciate you for that. I will need you to share your experience, your journey so far, how you entered, how it has been, and how it is now for you, Brain Weezy.
Okay, first of all, the journey has been very wonderful. You understand? They say success does not happen in one day, but one day it will happen. You get, for those seeing me for the very first time, I'm a businessman and a comedian, so we do the two together, right?
Collabo.
So about my business, I'm the founder, CEO, Cuts on the Go. And comedy-wise, I've been in the public speaking industry from a very young age. I started public speaking as far as the age of 9. Do you understand?
9?
Yeah,
amazing.
but what I was doing then was not really comedy. What I was doing was, back then when we were kids, all those memory verse recitation.
Church.
But if there's one thing I was very good at then, at that age, I was very good at public presentation. Anything. In fact, in my school, I used to go for debate and I was the go-to when it comes to any debate they want to win, except the one that they want to lose. You understand? So I started it. I did it for a particular period of time. Then I moved down to Lagos in the year 2016. When I moved down to Lagos, Now, at some point, during that point of the motivational speaking and the distance, so I got scholarship then with the stuff. Yeah, Dunamis Church
No
Abuja.
wonder,
You get,
brain
so,
busy.
you get, so,
making sense.
so I did my stuff. I was very good at it. But when I came to Lagos, now I realized that starting the career, first of all, I love comedy. I love making people laugh. Do you understand? But now, I also love motivational speaking. I love communicating values. I love adding value to people when they listen to me. So I understand that for me to be able to thrive well as a motivational speaker, I need to first build a brand as a comedian, because I understand the environment I am. Do you understand? People will hardly listen to you as a motivational speaker when you don't have a particular result in your life. Do you understand? So I studied the environment. I realized what was needed, which is the comedy. I mean, as an upcoming, you don't need to even be a person. Let me say, you don't need to be a somebody before you become a comedian. Provided you have a good sense of humor, you can put your words together, you can write your jokes, you can deliver your material well, you can be a comedian. But as a motivational speaker, you need to be a non-person, someone that has some level of results in their life. You understand? So I started my comedy. I mean, this should be almost 8 years now. Do you understand? 8 years ago. You get. And the journey has been very smooth. Do you understand?
Smooth.
Yeah.
Which industry?
Because even in your explanation, you've talked about the downside and talked about the. You are still agreeing with.
Success is a combination of both the downside and the good side.
The motivational speaker is coming out. I can see it. You're about to go into that, but okay.
You see, it takes both the sun and rain to grow a flower. Do you understand? So,
I see. Okay. I'm sold.
And you're sold.
I'm feeling this. I'm sold.
You get. So if you ask me, everything that has happened to me, both the good and the bad, is still for my good. Do you understand? Because at every point in life, any negative thing that happened or any good thing is for you to learn lesson. Do you understand? And it's called the process. That's the process to the level you want to get to. Process is the foundation of every progress. Do you understand?
I am feeling inspired.
Aspire to
I am feeling inspired. I can focus right now.
There's like a lot of, I don't know if there's a compartment where you just carry and bring it out and you have that conversation. For us to catch up with you, we'll come back to you. Let's give this video producer the chance to
Performing artists. Please don't forget.
This one has blew me away.
Don't worry. Oh yes.
But yeah.
Hi.
Okay. What about you? Like, what's your process? Tell us your story.
Okay. I also started as a motivational speaker at the age of 7. I want to aspire to my wife. I'm just kidding. Okay, so I guess I've always had the talent for making music. Always. I think right from whenever I could remember. But the road to actually making music commercially and then, helping other artists make their own music and all of that has been it's been really crazy. Because, well, everybody started in the church. Everybody who says he does music started in the church or somewhere like that. And I know I put out my very first single was 2020 during the lockdown. Before then, I used to do this series of freestyles, like a lot of them, and they, garnered a lot of attraction. And people were like, okay, you know what, just put out your singles. But this is the thing. Before I decided to put this out, I'd been writing songs for artists, a lot of which behind the scenes for about 4 years.
Wow.
So all of this is just, getting me to this point. He said it's smooth. It's not smooth.
You said that when he said it was smooth, I was like,
smooth. Disagree, but he said it's
in this Lagos.
He said it's smooth. It's not been smooth, but at the end of the day, perseverance and, I'm glad we're talking about talent, passion, and, financial stability and all of that stuff. The grind, quote unquote, the talent and the passion and everything. And I think you just throw in perseverance in there and gradually you get to where you're going to. So right now, I'm not complaining. I don't like the road I took, but right now, I'm not complaining.
And so now you're not complaining. Are you going to say, oh, you're comfortable where you are?
Oh no, definitely not. No, I don't think there will be any time in my career, even if I get to perform at the Grammys every single year, that I would be comfortable where I am. I don't think there'll ever be a time like that.
That's amazing.
I think that's part of like the whole journey, because you're always like aspiring for more.
Yeah.
As soon as you achieve something, you want to achieve the next thing, and then the next thing, the next thing, the next thing.
Yeah.
The journey is just never ending. That's why when people say that, just fall in love with the journey, it makes sense. Like, I'm not trying to be a motivational speaker. But I'm just saying that the journey is like the fun.
Yeah.
Like, don't think that, okay, once I get this, I'm going to, no, the journey is the fun.
In fact, the number one enemy of success is your last achievement. Do you understand?
That's what I'm saying. Though, yeah.
If you get to a point in your career where you feel, oh, I've already arrived, that's you are gone.
Like the comfort spaces.
And it's so crazy that idea you think you have, someone else is doing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was listening to someone speak. I can't remember the person, but he was like, that thing you have in your mind to do that you're saying, oh, it's the very new idea that I want to birth. Someone has done it already. So it's better you start and you find your own market. And this doesn't just this doesn't just work in the entertainment industry, because both of you are in the entertainment industry. It cuts across other industries. We have people that do woodworks. I mean, that's a talent. People that want to be really, really seen. It will shock you that for those woodworks you see on Instagram that they sell for probably $1 million or above $1 million, there is someone somewhere at your backyard that does it better than the Instagram vendor and sells it cheaper.
The difference is branding.
Right, branding. And it's not just about woodwork. We have other talents. We have those that do this. This particular person always comes to my head. Dotun Popola. He's a good mentor. He's one of my mentors, because I don't know how that guy picks scraps and then just turns it to something gigantic. And for me, that's amazing. Having the ability or the talent to bring out something in you. So you said you started at 9.
Yeah.
And professionally,
not 9. That's when I started.
But that's talent.
Yeah, that's when I started, yes.
But that's talent. So it means you already had that in you.
I already realized that this is a thing that I think, this is my way. Public speaking has become like, this is my...
And you discovered that at age 9, which I think is quite encouraging. And I appreciate your parents for even giving the opportunity, and those around you for giving the opportunity to like thrive in that space.
Very important, because some people now have a destroyed life as a result of them coming from a background where they don't allow them to explore the way they choose. Someone is destined to be let me use artists. We have artists. Someone is destined to be in the studio. Do you understand? But they say, oh, go and study medicine. You need to be in the hospital. Do you understand? And a lot of destinies are crying out.
He has triggered a memory for you.
A lot of destinies are crying out. Mayor Okun was once a banker now. He's a successful musician now. Faust studied law.
Yeah, I know Faust studied
law.
You understand?
He was a banker.
He was working in an actual bank.
You understand?
Bliss was working in an actual bank as well.
Feruzi was a medical student. He had like clothes.
I was a medical student.
So there are a lot of destinies crying out. There's what's called the voice of destiny. Do you understand? A lot of destinies are crying out because they are in the wrong space. Do you understand? And discovering your talent is going to be, it will be very easy when you have maybe your parents, your guardians, your environment permit you to actually discover it. Because some people no agree. I want my son or my daughter to be a lawyer. He or she must be a lawyer. I want her to be a doctor. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But me, I come from a background where this is what you want to do it.
They gave you different hands.
Yeah.
It feels like Loki has a slightly different opinion.
I want to know about Loki, the medical student. I want to know about Loki, the medical student.
Loki is the medical student.
How was that journey?
Oh, that was...
How did you wake up and say, you know what? Because medicine is a very...
Okay, see the thing. The thing is, okay, I got into tertiary institution of medicine and surgery.
Oh, wow.
And then, you know, the whole parents always, oh, my son is a medical student. He's about to be a medical doctor. In fact, right from my first year, I knew I didn't want to do medicine anymore because, the whole pressure of, oh, he's really brilliant, he needs to be a doctor, oh, you had all the A's, so this is it. And writing those exams didn't seem like anything. So I was like, oh, of course I can do it. But when I began to be me, explore me and find out the things that I really could do, because, they say, if you enjoy what you're doing, if you're working and you're enjoying it, you ain't really working.
Yeah.
And I just knew I wasn't going to be a doctor. So
this is going to be funny here, because you, like I said, your boldness needs to be studied, because it's not in every African home you get away with those kind of situations. That people that will just outrightly disown you.
Oh, there was a family meeting.
There has to be a family.
Meeting, extended family.
Like, people need to hear that.
So that brings me to even ask him this question: what is now the difference between your talent and your passion?
I think the thing is, if I'm using myself as a case study,
absolutely, please.
My talent is just creating music and creating a lot of visual art. When I say visual art, it's not necessarily painting. Like, I direct videos as well. So now my passion, I just want to see people enjoy the things that I do. It doesn't matter if I'm making a beat on this table. So long as you're enjoying it, that's what gives me joy. That's what I want to step up every day and do. If I'm performing for 20,000 people today, I want to do it for 80,000 people tomorrow. So that's what keeps me going. Now, I could have the passion for that, but not have the talent to do that. I don't know if that makes any sense. I might want to entertain people, but not have the talent to actually entertain people. But I could have the talent to entertain people and not want to do it.
It's dicey.
No, it's the truth. You could, let's give an example. Let's say, even though this is not necessarily talent, but let's say boxers. Someone could have the musculature and everything.
Ability to beat people.
Catch you, the ability to turn up and make people fall down. And, they just don't want to step into the gym and put the work in. But there could be somebody else who wants to be Anthony Joshua, but is built like Speed Darlington. Sorry.
No offense to
Fidelity, we love you here. But yeah, Brain, do you agree with him, or you have like a slightly different opinion?
Okay, so it's not like a different opinion. It's just my own opinion. It's not. It can be different. It can be the same thing. Okay, so there are two very important days in the life of a human being: the day we were born and the day we discover why we were born. Those are the two very important days in the life of a human being.
I know what you're going to say.
So it is an error for you to say you don't have a talent.
Yeah.
Do you know that a human being that was created by God cannot create anything that does not have a purpose? Not even as little as a toothpick or a wristwatch. Everything that was created by a human being was created for a reason. There's a purpose for everything. So imagine God that created that human being. Do you understand? Yeah. God now created you. You are now saying you don't have a purpose. It is an error. Do you understand? Most of the time, if you check Bible in the permit me to refer to the Holy Book. In many cases, when God wants to change the life of people, He always refer to them to what can you do. Do you understand? Look at the Bible in the book of 2 Kings, when the woman that was in debt, the widow woman, right? Do you understand? She was in debt and people were coming to the prophet Elijah asked her, what do you have? She said, I have nothing but a jar of oil. Do you know what the prophet said? He said, go and make use of those jar of oil. He said, fill the cans with your jar of oil. Now the question is, what is your jar of oil now? Talent is divided into two categories. We have the natural talent that you are born with. We have a kind of talent that you develop. Do you understand? Let me explain. Do you know that a particular field may not be your thing, but you so much have passion for it? Now, first of all, let me differentiate what talent and passion is.
Okay, because I have questions to ask already. So, yeah.
Okay, now, so passion is a drive. Do you understand? Yeah. Passion is a zeal. You have passion for a thing. Now, you can have passion for a thing that is not your talent. I'll use myself as an example. one of my company, Cuts on the Go, a mobile salon that we offer home service. Now, I'm not a barber. I can't even hold a clipper. Do you understand? But I have passion for, because there was a problem and I created a solution for it. What's the problem? In my estate and every other places, there is Uber, you can easily order for ride, but there's no provision for you ordering for a beautician to come to your house and give you an haircut. So I had passion for that problem. I need to solve this problem. I created a solution for it. That doesn't mean it's my talent. So you can have passion for something that is not your talent. Now, I say talent is two ways. There is a talent you are born with. Do you understand? If you look at some people, this one, I'll give an example. Our last born. No, sorry. Second to the last born, my junior brother. Now, when he was very small, going to school, they will buy him books. He will come back, he go down draw full all the whole book. Like, they will give him an assignment, he'll come back home and be drawing. It was very clear that this guy is a destined artist. Like, this one is good. Till today is good. Do you understand? Now, I had to even push it for him to go and study fine art in school. My parents wanted to say, oh, you should study something like that. But I said, no, this is his area. Do you understand? So for someone like that, he's born with it. Do you understand? But now there's a developed talent. I don't want to mention an artist's name here, but there's an artist in this country that we all celebrate. If you look at this one, okay, there are two very big artists. One was born with this talent. The other one was not born with it, but he has passion for it. He developed himself and he understands the business of that talent. Do you understand? He developed the talent, understand the business of that talent, and he's one of the biggest. In fact, he's the biggest. I don't want to mention him.
He's not the biggest.
I'll give you that you are watching this.
The audience will decide.
But the chorus on the internet today, who is the biggest? But the thing is, he's the biggest. So there are two different people here. Yeah. One has the voice. Who can do that. One can even do live freestyle. Do you understand? The other one, if you do freestyle, it is what? But it
is what if you does freestyle.
Do you understand? Okay. So you develop the talent. There's another set of people that they are born with the talent. Okay. That's the different.
Ability is different from ability.
You get.
Innit?
You get. So I don't know if I'll be able to answer your question, because if I continue.
Amazing conversation so far, but we need to go on a break. And when we come back, we'll be discussing a lot of things, like if your talent can make money for you. Stay with us. Welcome back. This is still the Red Room Dialogue, and we've had such an amazing conversation talking about talent, passion, and financial stability. And our guest has been, more than amazing in dissecting this conversation. Now moving to the next one, which is your talent and your passion. Has it been able to sustain you financially? Loki, let's start with you.
Okay, before I moved from, I'm about to put my whole government on, on record here. Before I moved from being Michael to actually being known as Loki's, it was crazy. Talent and my passion. At first, I was the one funding it too. I was doing everything I could to, just let people recognize and say, oh, he's good, or oh, he can do this thing. And it's, especially in this part of the world, it's capital intensive. Let me put it that way. It's capital intensive. There are certain kinds of talent that, it's just, show your talent and the capital rolls in, but there are other ones that are capital intensive, like mine. Getting, like for example, getting equipment for, directing a video shoot, editing a video and all of that stuff, or for, recording, for example. Although now we have apps that people can just record on their phones, but the main things you need are really capital intensive. My own talent right now works for me, gives me money now. There was a time when I would put in all the work and I would just go back to sleep. Aww. Yes, I would just go back to sleep. That was because I hadn't put myself out there. So I'm not going to lie, money makes everything easy.
Like
he said
this.
something. Yes, he said something. People say money is not everything, but money can buy almost everything. And that's it. Money can buy almost everything. So by the time you gather little by little, a lot of people think it's just by pouring money into it. Like he made mention of certain artists on opposite sides of the discussion.
Do you agree with that?
I want to say something to you. And the general consensus is that one came up through the hard way.
Yes.
And the other one just threw a lot of finances at it. But this is the thing that people don't understand. People feel that if you have talent and you have passion, or if you have talent, and you don't have the passion, if you just throw finances at it, work. Or if you have a passion and you don't have the talent, you just throw finances at it. You need all three, arguably.
Right.
So I would have started my own conversation separately, yeah. But I want to oppose one of his motion that he pointed out. The person we are talking about is Wizkid and Davido. So
Oh my God!
We're not talking about
Wizkid and Davido? I now you are adults. No, that was not what I was saying.
Okay, so let me say this here. I actually could believe Davido when he said he didn't know his father had money until he was a particular age. I think, was it
10?
No, he said 13 then, I still remember. He said he didn't know his father was rich until he was 13. I have a friend of mine who is a billionaire. When I say billionaire, young guy, he's not even up to 25. He has nothing less than 10 houses that he's built on this island. I'm telling you what I know.
Can I be his friend?
You understand? Don't worry, you see him. I'm anchoring his wedding in a month from now. My very close friend.
He's married.
He's about to be married though. He said he didn't know his father was wealthy until he was 19. You know, a lot of people think Davido started from a platter of gold, although he's from a very wealthy background. But his dad was arresting show promoters at the beginning stage of his career. Go and check a lot of his interview now. So the person Davido is today is not even because of where he came from. It's because of his passion and his consistency to the craft. Now let me leave Davido and talk about what we are. He's still part of what I say. You see, for me, there was a point in my life where people looked down on me because of the kind of shoes and the kind of clothes I wear. But they forgot to understand that the destiny of a man is not determined by the kind of shoes he wears or by the kind of steps he takes.
Speak on, Pastor.
That's about when the career started. Do you understand?
Yeah.
We not just wake up one day blow. Like I stated at the early part of this conversation. Success does not happen in one day, but one day it will happen. Do you understand? But one of the things that has been able to get me to this point is understanding that the son of a nobody that wants to become somebody must not do like everybody. Do you understand?
Yes.
The daughter of a nobody that wants to become somebody will not do like everybody.
You have to be set apart.
Do you understand? So I started the comedy career. Now, in this our career, particularly the comedy industry, is one of even the funny industry in the sense that that's why it's called the comedy industry. You know, there's a level you'll be funny to a point and you get to a certain age and there's no financial results in your life. When you are performing on stage, people are no longer laughing at your joke.
They're laughing at you.
They are laughing at you.
Yes, you become the joke.
You become the joke. You are performing this, this guy at 42 and they say you feel at 40. People start making jest. I'm telling you, let me tell you something. I'm not going to mention it, but in these our industries, I can tell you a lot of people I grew up watching from both secondary school, let me say primary school. People that have performed the Night of 1,000 Laughs. Ancient, anybody who don't pass 10 years for industry is an ancient comedian. You can see it's an ancient, yes, ancient comedians where you would expect say they should have some level of result in their life. But go and check them. Some of them now, I'm doing very well financially more than them. It's not pride, it's the honest truth. Do you understand? They are still performing at comedy clubs here and there. Why? Because they failed to put some things in place when their career was picking up. Now, what are the things now? For you to be able to monetize your talent as a for you to be able to monetize your career as a talent, or for you to be able to monetize your talent as a career, anyhow you want to put them, there are few things that need to be in place, which is one of the things that has helped me. Branding.
Yes.
You've been talking about branding.
Yes, branding is in fact, you can't sell anything that is, you can't sell something that is not branded. Do you understand?
You need to make this
Only-
understandable for, yes. For a lot of people that don't stay on the island, that stay on the mainland, it's called packaging.
Packaging, you understand? You can still call it packaging. Do you understand? So the different, let me use the random illustration that I'm sure we should be familiar with. A bottle water in the traffic can be 200 naira. That same bottle water in a hotel, you'll be hearing 2.5, some places
Packaging.
5k. The difference is packaging, branding. Do you understand?
Is it packaging? I don't
packaging.
think so, because it's the environment they are in.
It's still part of the branding that we're talking about. I'm coming. Let me complete my point before you, because when you put your own point now, you know, go make my point complete. Do you understand? So it's still right when you say packaging, but now let me still use the word branding. Now, branding. When we talk about branding, what is branding? Branding is you giving people the impression you want them to have of your talent. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because, for example, now you are an artist. The only thing they do, you just perform for show. You perform, finish. You don't have a social media handle that you are taking serious. Nobody is taking your picture. Nobody is taking your video. You are not doing any. You are not up to anything. You are just there. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You have not. I think one of the things that's been able to set me. I'm saying this with all level of all sense of humility. It's not pride. Do you understand? In Lagos right now, I'm one of the most branded stand-up comedian within my class. I'm saying this with go and check my page, Bringuzi Official.
Yeah.
You know what I'm telling you.
But that's that's because you've been able to brand and then rebrand yourself over time based on your craft.
Do you know one thing? Branding does not end. It's even me where I did now. I'm still working on. Yes.
But I have an issue with branding, so to say. So there are some people during the course of trying to discover who they are, trying to discover their talent, their passion, are trying to make name for themselves in their respective industries. They get to do what they're not supposed to do, all because they want to brand themselves.
Yeah.
They get to agree to contracts. They're not supposed to agree with it. They get to sell their values. So has that? I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, because it's also it's a way you brand yourself. Okay. If you start as accepting so to say, I don't know how it's called, but bad offers as an entertainer, it follows you. It's an image that you've portrayed for people to see. Yes or yes, so to say.
Okay, everybody has at one point of their life heard about faking it till you make it. You don't necessarily have to do some of the things that you're probably insinuating. But that's what I said earlier on. If you realize that you want to do this thing, do your homework. Seriously do your homework. And when I say do your homework, for somebody who's a video director or a recording and performing artist, people just assume it means try to, see what other artists are doing and try to do better. No, the business end of it, because you're going to have a family to feed, or you're going to have to feed yourself if you're going to make this into a career. So do your homework. People would sign almost anything. And I say, anybody who gives you a contract and says, you know what, sign please, we have just 5 minutes, then there's something hidden in there. That's the truth. Yeah. Any lawyer will tell you that. You should be able to take your time and go through anything before you sign. And then when people come up with offers, think about it. Is this what I want to do? Is this how I want to go forward? Be disciplined also at the same time. You can't just jump at every $10K. You cannot just jump at every $10K. It's just understanding what you want to do, how you want to do it, and then following in that same path. That's just how I feel for mine. That's just how I feel for mine. Like, you're talking about branding. Let's go back to branding and changing yourself from something, a path that you tried but wasn't really giving, the results, and then you try to rebrand, like the way he said, bottle water for 200 and then you go
250.
Very good example. Let's go back to the music industry. AG Baby.
Adekunle Gold.
Yes, please don't call him Adekunle Gold. Please just call him AG Baby.
AG Baby,
because
sorry.
AG Baby, that's somebody I really, really respect. When he was Adekunle Gold with Shadi, he was a very, very, very talented artist. I was looking up to this guy like, damn. He did a lot. He was making artworks for other artists and the rest of them, just trying to make ends meet and all of that. And then he got with YBNL. But then something clicked somewhere. I have no idea who gave him the talk. I have no idea who said, you know what, we're going to do this. I have no idea if he got it in a dream. But damn, that was life-changing. All of a sudden, he came out with different sounds, different ways of approaching, different ways of dressing and everything, and the branding changed. So that's what he's saying. Now his price is totally different from the price of before.
There before, right? But see, it's good to. I'm not even arguing on or not accepting the fact that branding is good. But what's the essence of branding, or a good brand, or a good person that has a good brand, when at the end of the day the talent managers will still come and rip you off?
Then change your talent manager.
But it's really hard. See, because talent profiteering is something that is very common in our industry.
Yes.
And let me bring it home to some examples that I know of. There was this thing about Mark Angel comedy that was trending at some point.
Yeah, with the Emanuela.
With Emanuela, yeah. And you've also heard about Mercy Chinwo, this gospel artist, and her former brand and all that.
We don't have to go too far. We have a Mubad situation right there in front of us. That was, he died.
And he died doing it. So this talent profiteering, have you experienced it?
Yes, I've had experiences like that. Friends of mine have also had experiences like that. I've had somebody who signed an 8-year contract, and 5 years into it, they hadn't dropped one song yet. Yes. No kidding. I'm not going to mention his name for obvious reasons. The thing about this is, so many people do not understand that they hold all the cards. And yes, I get it. Whoever is an executive or whoever is an investor needs to get their money back. But the thing is, by trying to get their money back, when they realize that whoever this talent is, even if it's a carpenter, when they realize that whoever this talent is does not know exactly what they are worth, or does not know how this business works, they get exploited. You get exploited everywhere. You get exploited. Even if it's not just talent, even if it's just a 9 to 5, if you do not know what you're worth, or what this talent, you understand, what it brings
I don't think that it's because they don't know what their talent is. I think that people are just like very desperate to blow, quote unquote. Like you want to blow and they're promising you like the world. They're promising you heaven and earth, and you think that you have given talent. And you know you can sing. Like even that Taylor Swift, it happens like all over. Taylor Swift with her masters, and you know YC too. YC,
yeah, but she did. This is what I tell people, as other artists as well. Those of us that are maybe trying to push above the surface, I tell them, you do not like the way it is going, jump ship. And that might seem like a very, very disloyal thing to say, or traitorous thing to say in the industry. When I say jump ship is, if you are the one who signed it, find something else and start doing. Wiz, we've talked about Wiz and Davido on the show, so I can still mention something about Wiz. Well, Wiz has his Sony deal and the EME deal and all of that. But certain times when he needed to drop something, he dropped it under EME. Under Starboy, and he would just say Starboy featuring Wheezy. Do you get what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't understand this. I have met so many artists, people that I have to shoot videos for, or people that I have to work with, and so many people just complain and complain and complain. And I say, pick up a book and read.
What I will see on this particular stuff is there are a lot of artists out there now where you look at them online, they are doing okay, but when you see them offline, they are dying.
Mention their name.
I'm not going to mention name, but what I will tell you is, I'll give you an example. Do you understand? I saw recently, I don't know what's going on with Zinoliski, but I was going through his page. I saw the video I saw and the picture I saw. I believe that guy will have a lot to say if they really give him freedom of speech. Do you understand?
Freedom after speech.
And freedom after speech. Because
very, very important.
Do you know that you can be Rolls Royce and you are dying?
But you're the one that said that poverty does not buy happiness.
No. That's not the angle I'm coming from. Truly, poverty does not buy happiness too.
So you should be happy in a Rolls Royce.
You can still be. Let me say, Happiness is not a constant thing. There are times you'll be happy, there are times you'll be sad. If you are rich, there are times you'll be happy, there are times you'll be sad. If you are poor, there are times you'll be happy, there are times you'll be sad. But me, I prefer to be a sad rich man than to be a sad poor man.
All right. We've come to the end of this episode, and I hope you've learned one or two things about talent, passion, and financial stability. And before we go, Brain Weezy and Low Keys, which of you are starting first? Because two of you are going to freestyle and say one or two things before we go. So which of you is starting?
So my own is going to be very short. So let me start first so that after I finish. So my own is like final advice to you. No matter what you are going through in this life, have it at the back of your mind that one day you will look back and smile. But for now, face front, make moto for no jam you. Brain Weezy is my name. You can follow me on Instagram, Brain Weezy Official. Peace out.
Okay, so where does one go to after that? Journey motivation.
But I believe in you, actually. You can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, since I'm no motivational speaker, instead of dropping, gems for everybody, I could just do like a little freestyle or something.
Yeah, do it for us. Do it for iRavel Studios.
Okay, so you're throwing out the word iRavel, yeah?
Yeah, iRavel Studios. Do it for us, please.
Hold on. Okay, let me go without the beat. Let me try something without the beat.
Okay, without the beat.
Let me see. At the top. I say, I'm sitting right here with this beautiful folk at iRavel. Talent, passion, and financial success is what we unraveled. It's time to handle these bars like we've got on that bicycle. But, well, what can I say? I just gave you a little short verse and it's not from the Bible.
Amazing.
That's track 2. It's coming out next week.
Amazing. Thank you so much for it. Thank you, Bola, for always being here and being amazing.
Bola Ahmed.
No.
Beautiful.
The beautiful Bola. Please, not Bola Ahmed. Please. And until we come away same time next week, we say bye for now. Bye, guys.
In for a beautiful ride in the red room. All your doubts you feel, we cater to. We dot all the I's, cross all the T's. That's what we're here to do. Yeah, we'll take you on a journey. Everybody, let's go. Gonna speak your mind. Hey, hey, you better speak your mind.